maybe if the heads are that way to the wall, then if we do everything in cheekbones to it. Okay, but relax and release tension. And calm your mind. So start with your feet. Maybe you want to tense and breathe out and relax. Calf muscles, thighs, breathe out and relax. Muscles throughout the lower back, abdominal area, upper back and chest area. Breathe out, release your tension. Fingers, the lower arms. Loose the shoulders. Muscles of your face and head. Bring your awareness back into your body. Open your eyes. Take a deep breath in, raise your arms, point your toes. Feel the room stretching out and lengthening. Bring your arms down. Bring your knees into your head as tight as you can to push your back down and reverse it. Take your head back slowly and relax. Okay, so just aligning your spine and really easily pulling out any tightness in your lower back. If you've got a block, use a block. If not, roll your mat up into a bolster as much as you can. And lift the hips. Put the block or the roll-up mat under your bottom, not your back. Straighten the legs with your feet together. And raise your arms until your hands touch the floor. stretch. If you've got a little bit of backache, it may help to pull it out. So keep your feet together, point your toes. Stretching into the shoulders, this opening the chest. You are lengthening your spine, but getting deep into your lower back with just this tiny stretch. Hold on to it. We need at least a minute. Should be very comfortable, but we need to stay there. As you breathe out, bring your arms down and bend your knees. Lift off of the roller mat. And of course, reverse. Bring the head to the knees as tight as you can. Really pulling those legs on top of your body and getting the head as close as you can. Take your head back slowly as you breathe in and relax. Just bend both knees with your feet and knees together, feet on the floor. Stretch your arms out. Now you could just stretch the arms out, keep them quite low and keep the shoulders really comfortable, or you could stretch the arms out and bend the elbows with your hands on the floor, and then just keep the knees together and take your knees across to the floor and turn your head away from the knees. Very, very gentle, but it really is going to do the trick. It's going to pull apart, it's going to pull widthways. You may get your knees all the way down to the floor, you may just be going over slightly to the side. Try to turn your head away from the knees. Relax, hold the position. Take a deep breath in as you lift your knees and head to the center, breathing out over to the other side. Take a deep breath into the center, bring your arms by your side, straighten the legs. As you breathe out, clasp the hands and pull the knee on top of your body. Try to get the chin to the knee, and the straight leg, you could keep it down if you don't feel very strong, or you could just pick it up. By picking the leg up, we're really getting into those core muscles and strengthening by holding the weight of the leg. Breath in as you take your head back, release the leg. Take a deep breath out onto the other side. Pull the knee in, chin to the knee, just pick the leg up. Feet and knees quite close together. We really are stretching, of course, but looking at strengthening, particularly in your lower back and abdominal muscles. So just press your hands into the mat as you breathe in. Push your back down and raise your hips up as high as you can. holding? It's difficult, come down a bit lower or come out and come back in. And you can keep holding something very simple that's going to stretch your front, strengthen. Make your way down, pull your knees in, pushes your back out, releases all those muscles you've used to hold you in position. Okay, we'll do exactly the same, whether you're just lifting slightly or you're going up quite high. But if you want a little bit more, and maybe it's enough just to do this, but a little bit more would be to raise one leg level with the other knee and hold. Of course, it'll make it quite a bit stronger because you're not pressing down into 2 feet. So hold on to it for at least 5 breaths. And then bend. Make sure you're lifting the hips up and onto the other side. Don't take the leg up too high. Keep it level with the other one. Bring the leg down. Bring your hips down, pull your knees in. Spinal massage, just gently rock. Okay, folding it, stretching into the back of the legs, bend the knees. Straighten one leg as we normally do. Keep that leg completely straight if you can. Hold the leg wherever you can. And just ease it back towards you gently. It should come a little bit further with your hands easing back. Gradually straighten out the other leg onto the mat. Keeping your head down and hopefully ending up with both legs straight. And a little bit stronger if you bring your head up towards the knee. Take your head back. Bend both knees, we'll go to the other side. One knee bent, one leg straight. Straighten the leg, just ease the leg back towards you. Gradually straighten out the other leg. Keep it all comfortable. Don't overstretch. Lift your head towards the knee. Take your head back, bring your knees in, gently rock. Okay, some more strength there. Come onto your side. If the shoulders are okay, perhaps stretch your arm out and rest your head on your arm. If the shoulder isn't too happy, then just have your arm down by your side. Make sure the head is on your arm and you're not propping your head up because that will extend too much in the neck. Other hand is in front of you and you're pressing that hand down. Perhaps you could bend the top knee and bring your knee and your foot into the air parallel to the floor. And use this hand in front of you to press down. Okay, now that is getting in so many areas. The glutes, the bottom. Just hold on to it, keep holding. Never much result. the other one. Roll onto your back and onto the other side. So stretch the other arm out. Press the hand in front of you. It really does take a lot of the effort for you. So the leg on the mat is straight. The other one, you're bending the knee. You're keeping the knee and the foot hopefully parallel to the floor. It's a long hold. As I said, we haven't done much. We just bent the knee. But it seems like a long hold. Using all those muscles, the core muscles, the glutes, the muscles in your bottom. It really is a strong hold. Take the leg back on top of the other one. Roll onto your back, and of course, spinal massage. You just go onto your back, pull your knees in, gently rock, to loosen all those muscles that worked hard to hold you in position. Your arms stretched out, hand in front of you, and we'll just lift the top leg, not excessively high. I just want you to lift one leg at a time, which makes it easier. So you may not want to go too high, because then we're going to lift the other one up to join. So maybe you want to come down lower if you're finding it difficult to lift. So taking one leg up and then bringing the other one to join should be a little bit easier. Okay, take your legs down. Just stay where you are for a moment. Feet down on the floor. A little bit of a rest for a moment. Now we'll try to lift two legs at the same time. If you feel it's too strong, go with one and then the other. And perhaps you would take your hand away, take it over your head, and bring your palms together. So no help from that front hand. Okay, bring your arm back down, roll onto your back. We'll do the same on the other side. So for your first attempt, you're just going to take one leg up and then bring the other one to join, which should be an easier option. Take your legs down. Let's see if we can lift the weight of both legs and raise the arm over your head. Palms coming together perhaps. Take your arm down. Take your legs down, roll onto your back, head to your knees yet again. It's just such a lovely way to close in. These stretches, they're all related to the inclined plane, a really amazing stretch that builds strength. Again, slowly just relax. Okay, come onto your side again, and just head on your arm, hand in front of you will be needed to support you. Bend the top knee as we did to start, and then straighten the leg out in front of you if you can. Now maybe it's too much to keep the leg off the floor, you just want to take your foot down, but just bend and then straighten. Use that hand in front of you to take the effort. Bend the top leg and take it back on top of the other one. Roll onto your back and onto the other side. Bend the top knee and then straighten the leg out in front of you. bend the knee, take it back on top of the other one, roll onto your back, head to your knees again, that little folding in. Take your head back slowly and relax. Make your way into sitting position. Let's do a very simple forward bend. Feet together, legs straight if you can. If it's difficult, just bend the knees a little. Be cautious, go into it very slowly. Stretch up and lengthen as you breathe out. Doesn't matter how far you get, holding on. Legs, feet, just go to where you can. Now bend your elbows to relax down. Hold on to that stretch. Such an important stretch. Give it time. Doesn't matter if you don't really get it very far. It's a big stretch of the back of the legs. Uncurl slowly, chin tucked in. Sitting down very slowly. So we're really using those muscles and strengthening just to go down. Once you're down, spinal massage, of course, to ease the stretch. Okay, make your way up again. Second time, hopefully a little bit looser. Folding over your legs, bending the elbows. Be very cautious. That lengthening out to start and then folding in half. Make your way down with your chin tucked in, very slowly coming down. Bring your knees in, gently roll. Third and last attempt with our forward bend. Breathe in deeply, breathing out as you fold over, breathing normally as you hold. Make your way down slowly, curl. Bring your knees in gently. Okay, just getting into the front of the legs, the joints, the knees, the hips, and opening out, bending backwards. Just come onto all fours. Just bring, if we all go so that our facing the walls. Okay, so if you bring your right knee forwards, okay, so we just get a little bit more happening in the hip and to the front of the thigh. Just the knee, and then stretch your arms out. If there's a little bit more pressure on the hip, and only do it if it's comfortable. Perhaps your arms will stretch out. Perhaps you can do that, let your forehead come to the mat. Maybe you just want to hold on to the floor, keeping your head up. Just go to where you can. Okay, make your way back up and back with the knees together so we can take the left knee forwards. Sit back on your heel if you can. And just gently stretching out, maybe forehead down, maybe you're just putting your hands down. Make your way down onto the floor. Gosh, very noisy out there. What's happening? Close to the chart for a moment if you can. Okay, make your way up slowly onto all fours again. Let's try to bring the right foot forwards. And we're going to just have the hands flat either side of the foot, and we're just going to try to lengthen the front and back of the thigh as you just try to sink down. Perhaps you could lift to the fingertips. Okay, so I don't want you to raise your arms, I just want you to lift your body off of the leg and stretch your arms behind you. Maybe you could clasp your hands together and look up. So a really big opening out in the chest. You've lifted up. Okay, make your way back down onto the other side. Okay, foot flat. Keep the foot flat so that you're balanced. Hands flat for a moment. I want you to sink down as though we're trying to do the splits. Just lift to the fingertips. It's all gradual. Maybe you could just reach behind you with your hands and look up. Move slowly so we keep our balance. Okay, just come back down on all fours into the pose of the child. Just fold over, particularly releasing the shoulders. Okay, and again, exactly the same. On fours, bring your foot forwards, just sink down for a moment. That back foot needs to be as far away as you can get it. Onto your fingertips, and then breathe in and lift and clasp your hands together behind your back. Now maybe when you do that, you can actually lift the arms up as well to extend the stretch in your shoulders. And looking up, get that deep stretch in the lower back. Okay, just coming down and onto the other side. Onto the fours, front foot flat, take your time, get the back foot as far away as you can. Fingertips first, just dip into the lower back, breathing in as you clasp your hands behind your back. Look up, maybe lift your arms. Very big stretch in the shoulders. And release. And pose of a child again. Hopefully that pose of a child is extremely comfortable. It's folding you in and releasing your neck, your back, your shoulders, your legs. Okay, let's try it once more. So it's a big backward stretch, the crescent moon. Slightly different variation. Let's sink down, fingertips down, and raise your arms in front of you. Maybe just in front. Maybe you would go all the way up. Now we're not lifting the legs at all. We're just staying down with the legs, raising the arms, and looking up. Bring your arms down, onto all fours, onto the other side. Take a deep breath in and move slowly with the breath. Take a deep breath out. Just come down. And come over onto your back. Let's just bring the head to the knees again. This nice, small little position. It's really going to help in your back and hips and shoulders. Take it slowly, just relax. Okay, so a folding in would be good. So let's come into a sitting position and really use those core muscles in the boat pose. So all we have to do is bend the knees quite a bit and sit as straight as you can, rather than this. We're really pulling through, straightening your back, opening out the shoulders. Have the hands underneath the knees separately. Don't hug them, have them separately. And lift onto the heels. So your heels are on the mat. Your back is nice and straight, and that's perfect, and that may perhaps need to be it if you're not feeling too strong or you haven't done yoga for a long time, but maybe step exactly as you are and just lift the feet without actually sloping down or going onto your back too much. Just letting your feet off the mat, staying in the same position. Perhaps you can pick your feet up a little bit more. See how it goes. Until perhaps the calf muscles are parallel to the floor and your back is nice and straight. Bend the knees and roll back. Spinal massage, of course. Okay, make your way up again. Sit as straight as you can. That first part, even if you can do it very easily, just get that first part where we're straight and we're not bringing the shoulders in, but we're using every muscle, and particularly here in the core. And then we're going to lift, and then we're going to perhaps pick the feet up. It doesn't matter if you keep just your heels down. That's all you can manage today. And lessen your grip perhaps. Maybe let go completely without shaking. If you're shaking, I prefer you to hold on again. Those legs are so heavy. So adapt it to suit how strong you feel today. Hold the legs, bend the knees, just roll back, gently rock. All the same, even if you keep your heels down, exactly the same for everyone. Same muscles are having to work very hard to strengthen. You may find you could do a little bit more. So it's completely up to you. Perhaps you could do one of those versions. You could hold the legs, you could let go, or you could hold your toes and we'll get a bigger stretch and try to straighten the legs and keep your back straight. Quite difficult. The minute you let go of your back and round, you'll roll down. So keeping legs and back straight, or keep your knees bent and holding on. Whatever you can manage, as I said, it's all the same, but we're just extending that stretch. You're managing to hold your feet. You'll find holding your feet, it's just so easy to let go and roll back. Very difficult to keep legs and back straight. Okay, bend the knees, come over onto your back, and again, gently roll. Okay, you can use the weight of the leg again. I'll just go back to a rotation. And just stretch the leg over. The weight of the leg going over slowly in this version that we do where we raise the leg up high, we take it very slowly across. We try to bring the foot into the hand and turn the head. If your leg won't go to the floor and it's just hanging, you'd be better to bend the knee and just put the foot down. We'll still be getting that pulling apart. But don't leave the leg just hanging. It's incredibly strong. You could be pulling too much in your hip or back. So stretch, we've gone a completely different direction, you're pulling apart. Raise the leg up as high as you can. Press your hands down. Very slowly as you breathe out, take the leg across. The higher the foot goes towards your hand, the more you're pulling apart. Keep your shoulders down is probably the most important thing. Take the foot to the floor in whatever way you can. If you need to bend the knee to do that, then do that. Keep your shoulders down. Maybe you can turn your head away from the leg that you took across. Perhaps you can a little bit tighter, and you could bend to the leg we left behind and hold that foot. But keep your shoulders down. So a big stretch, but strength needed in the core. Release the foot if you just held it. Press your hands down and raise the leg up slowly, all the way up, all the way down. Raise the other leg. Take it up as high as you can. Take it across as high as you can. Keep your shoulders down. Turn your head away from the leg. Perhaps you could bend the leg you left behind and keep your shoulders down. Release the foot. Press your hands down. Lift the weight of the leg back up. Now lifting the weight of the leg up again really gets into the abdominal muscles, really strengthening them. All the way down. She's coming into a sitting position. I'm going to open out, straighten out, stretch in front. Very briefly if you need to. It'll depend on your strength, your wrists, your arms, your shoulders. Just brief table pose, which again is all related to this strengthening we've been doing. Hands under the shoulders, tuck the chin in. Maybe you're just going to lift very briefly and come off the hands. Maybe you're going to be able to go all the way up with your head in line with your body and hold. You just go up and down briefly a few times if you can't manage the one long hold. Make your way down, come onto your back and just fold in. Gently rock. Bring the head to your knees to reverse your back and this opening out. And go into the folding in. Take your head back, release the legs, relax. When you're ready, make your way up slowly into a standing position. We'll go over to the side, and then we'll just sort of strengthen it into the legs as we go onto one leg. So go quite wide. We just need to do that very basic triangle to just loosen in a sideways stretch. So breathe in, and as you breathe out, simply go to the side. Take your arm up, or keep it coming over, and turn your head and look up. Keep the legs straight, keep the arms straight. Feel the stretch in the torso. That releasing stretch. Breathing in, and as you breathe out, over to the other side. Arm to where you can, depending on your shoulder. Turn your head and look up. Take a deep breath in, stretch arms out. Bring your arms down, feet close together, just flopping over. Release the arms and shoulders and back. Make your way up, same again. Take a deep breath in, simply go to the side. Couldn't be easier. Turn your head and look up. Take a deep breath in as you lift. Take a deep breath out to the other side. Take a deep breath in. Lift, bring your arms down, and again, just fold in. Okay, same again, a little bit more perhaps, a little bit more of a stretch, and taking us along to the sideways stretch we're going to do on one leg. So just turn your foot, breathing in. A soft version we normally do where we put the arm on the leg, where we open out. So don't take the arm over, just concentrate on opening out the chest and shoulders and bending that knee quite a bit to work into the legs, holding in position. Take a deep breath in to press down and lift. Same side, we'll see if we can perhaps go all the way down. Bend the knee, fingertips next to the heel, and still be able to open out in the sideways stretch. Just coming up. Bring your arms down to the foot. Other side, turn your foot, breathing in. And bend the elbows so your arm goes on the leg and we open out. Let's see if we go all the way down. All the way down. Open it. Make your way up. Okay, maybe just dropping over. Maybe come onto your toes and just squat down to release everything. Okay, make your way up slowly. And just don't go as far apart. I'll go through what we're going to do. We're going to have to focus on the floor, on something on the floor, something on your mat, so you keep your balance. It's part of the half moon standing, but it's all about having the strength again, especially in the legs, to lift you up and take you down. So we're not as wide apart because we're going to turn the foot out. Don't let the hips go. We're going to take the fingertips in front, just fingertips, arm up, onto your back toes. Look down with a focus point. Have the strength into the legs to straighten and open out. And then come down. But if you find that's difficult, the difficult part is lifting yourself up, straightening the leg, and bending the knee and bringing yourself down. So if it's a problem, you could lean against the wall and just lift out against the wall, which should make it a little bit easier as effort's going into the wall. Okay. So again, you could try to do it so that your head's coming to the walls, because I can see you all falling over into each other with this one. So you just have to turn yourself around when we do the other side. Okay, so coming down, fingertips in front, that's why we don't want to go as wide apart, arm going up, onto your back toes, and the hard part is then lifting the back leg up and trying to straighten the supporting leg. If your arms aren't very long, maybe you've got a block, you put your hand on to lift you up. Now the hardest part is bending the knee and coming out in a controlled way. Okay, and then turn yourself around, completely around, so that, as I said, we're not coming into the center. And take it gradually. Look down on the floor, because that will help you. Gradually go down and onto the back toes first of all, balancing yourself, and then lifting the back leg. But remember, once you're there, open out the hip. It's a sideways stretch still. So open out the hip. Bend the knee and come down gradually. Make your way back up. Just flip open for a moment. So we have the sideways stretch, which we really needed, but you need the strength in your legs to lift you up, lift your weight up and take you back down. We'll briefly do it once more on each side. So as I say, you could just lean against the wall because it's so easy then. Okay, not too wide apart, turn the foot out, breathing in, you breathe out as you go down, fingertips in front of the foot, just the fingertips. So if you go down too much, you can't actually straighten the leg. Onto the back toes, you gradually lift the back leg. And then maybe if you're there and you're balanced, you could open out. Bend the knee, come down cautiously, gradually, and onto the other side. Okay, take yourself down slowly. Looking down at the floor is the easiest thing to do. Bend the knee, gradually down. The hardest part's coming out, being in control without flopping out into the knee. Okay, come down onto the mat, and of course, just straightening out and coil pose will be perfect. So pull the knees in, just straighten out in your hips, in your back. Head to your knees as tight as you can. Take your head back slowly, release the legs, just relax. Okay, so just to complete, as we did at the beginning, could you again use a block if you've got one, or roll your mat up as much as you can, lift the hips. It'll really be useful after all that sideways stretching to just align the hips as well as your back. So remember, it goes on your bottom, not your back. So we're looking to arch the back. And straighten out your legs. And raise your arms if you can, if you've got enough room. And point your toes. Keep your feet together. Don't relax the legs. Keep your feet together so we get that full stretch. Just hold on to it. We need time to pull out straight. Complete by bringing the head to the knees, as tight as you can. Take your head back slowly. You're going to relax completely, so be comfortable. You don't have to be on your back. As long as you're comfortable and you can relax and you can keep your mind focused. Okay, so we'll start feet, just tense, breathe out. All the way through your legs. As you breathe out, completely let go. The muscles throughout your body. Take a deep breath out to relax. Fingers, arms, shoulders. Relax as you breathe out. Release the jaw, make sure you're not holding it tight. All the muscles of your face, you're not frowning, your eyes are closed. Imagine the tension going from the top of your head as you breathe out. Relax. Keep your mind here. If it wanders off, bring it back. Listen to the music. Open your eyes, become